I've wanted to blend together with you ever since the first time I saw green and gold swirled together like honey and green tea. Ever since the first time I realized that you could be all I ever needed to fill the empty space my arms are always wrapping themselves around pens that have written too many love poems to eyes held tightly shut. So now that my writer's block has named itself after your bone structure, please allow me to put you down on paper, because that is the only way I know to hold on to you. 1. On our ideal first date, we'd sit down to dinner watching our plates play tectonics until continental drift finally brings us together. I'd pour you a Merlot, dyed red with my embarrassment for having just compared you to a continent. And I'd take the kind of deep breath that reminds you of how it felt the first time you swallowed a forest fire. 2, I've been digging through burned down jewelry stores for something as exquisite as you. Inhaled too much of the ash to catch my breath before choking on the dents of your makeup and eyeliner. But the way your face swims in that mirage of skin tone makes me wonder if the olive in your cheeks was merely an offering of peace that I mistook for surrender. 3, I wonder if you're the reason I hate my job. Every day, a repetition like blinking. Cook some garbanzos, grab me some tomatoes, go get me some pitas out of the refrigerator, until I forget what I wanted out of this whole distraction in the first place. Wonder if you found a way to live deep inside my decision-making so that I could up and rise from all responsibility. Like I'm not 22 because I've been 16 for 6 years. 4, I won't argue with composition, Venus. You've got a soundtrack like the catwalk of Nefertiti. You are the breakdance in a French ballet, a spinning top leaving diamond dust on the trails of stars. When you walk into a room, I look for the crater. Not for your size, my dear, but for your speed and heat you radiate, like something manifested in Switzerland's underground particle accelerator. But whether you a luminosity or black hole, I have yet to determine. 5, I've got my money on black hole. Ever since the first day you swallowed up all of the good intentions and forced me to choke out a sound like horsehair against violin string wound into the tense of your spine. Because 6, the volume in our quiet has become too thick to ignore. But I want to be so full of dusk and dawn. You put me on a map, carry it with you, and when you lose yourself, point to that yellowed parchment and say, right here, you North Star on land. I would follow you to all points if I believed I'd find my peace where our paths come to meet. I've been marked on your calendar ever since the first time I saw green and gold swirling together in your irises. I wanted to drink you down since the last time I saw God, when I still had reason to give him life inside my imagination. You 7th day of creation. I'm finding the space between us to be an orchestra pit of crickets chirping, and I'm performing my great solo for an empty house. Meanwhile, global warming and BP have the ocean set to brimming to keep our lighthouses unoccupied and our distance in check. But if you are that luminosity, shed some light on the distance between us, because while putting you down on paper is the only way to keep you,